Hey folks, how's it going? KCK here. So it seems that I'm still living rent-free in Mikey's head, and he seems to still be talking about me. Thanks a lot, Mikey. I appreciate that. Just keep promoting my channel. Always helps. But let's get into it here. Let's go.
Physics and logic on a level supreme. It's a curved reality, splitting flerf dreams.
Before we get started, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, hit the bell icon so you know I put more videos. Now let's get into it and watch Mikey derp out some more. Just like to give a thanks to ICSpin for actually getting this recorded. Mikey had done this live stream yesterday and then he deleted it. So, but it was recorded and documented by ICSpin. So thanks a lot, mate, for getting this so that so we can have this documented. And I'm now doing a video to kind of expose some of Mikey's bullshit, especially since he mentioned me in this. I thought I'm obligated to give my opinion.
Why are we recording them then? If they were far away, we wouldn't be able to record them. Fucking hilarious. And we've recorded the firmament multiple times. It's that easy, guys.
Alright, so the first thing Mikey's talking about here is obviously he can't understand how can you record stars. They're very, very far away. Well, that's actually quite easy. One, stars are really big. Not all the stars are, but most of the stars are. We can't obviously see all the stars in Milky Way galaxy, or obviously from other galaxies. So we can see the whole galaxy, but they look up as like, they look like sometimes like Andromeda looks like a star, really. But obviously high magnification, we can kind of see what they look like. Now, if there's nothing that stops that light from getting to us, we will see that, because that's how our eyes work. Light, photons enter our eyes, is received by our cornea, goes into the cones, hits the cell, nerve cells, gets translated and transmitted to a brain, and then we interpret the signals. So as long as there's nothing in between us and that light, then that light will eventually hit our eyes. This is why we see stars, and we know through different things like spectroscopy that we measured the light spectrum and obviously light waves. We know how far these are, and we can look and see how they're moving, and so that's what we can get a pretty general idea. Say like some stars are like sometimes, you know, hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of light years away. So what we're actually seeing, Mikey, is the fact we're seeing that star, what it looked like and where it was, say 250 million years. If that's how long it takes the light to get to us, then we know how fast light works. We've been measured that. That's been proven for well over 100 years. We refined it more and more and more. That we know that it's about 300,000 meters per second, I think it is the speed of light. So we know how fast light moves, travels, is the fastest thing in the universe, and then we can calculate that from distance in the wavelengths. Very complicated, probably more than I can explain. You want to know more, look into it. But we know, so when we see that star, we're seeing the light that was finally reached us that was sent from the star 250 million years ago. So we know what it looks like then. So something like they say Betelgeuse is going to eventually go supernova. It may have already gone supernova, but that light of that event hasn't reached our eyes yet, has not reached our planet. So while it may have already gone supernova, maybe already gone, we are waiting until that time. So that light that was sent to us, we're receiving, was back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, is when that light happened. May have been the supernova happened 250 million years ago, but we would not receive the information until now. So it's kind of, you know, it has to do with reference frames, stuff like that. But yeah, so that's how we see it. Very, very big things. Nothing stopping the light. Enters our eyes. We see it enters into our optics. We're able to record that. So not a problem, Mikey. It works out perfectly fine. I know it's really complicated, this whole thing, but for people who have average intelligence, this is rather elementary.
Getting the basics wrong, okay? And you show me your footage of how the stars are far away. I'm sorry, they're not.
Mikey, several people have actually offered for you to come personally and watch them do celestial observations and do astrophotography. You've declined them. I've invited you a couple of times to come on live stream when I was getting out my telescope. I could live stream it. I do it from my front yard, and you have completely blanked me and ran away. So this has been explained and could be observed to you. I've actually tagged you in some of my videos, and you failed to even look at them and want to engage with them. So it comes down to the fact is, people do send you videos. People do actually invite you to come and see how they have done observations and can prove that these objects are far away. You just simply run away and deny it, and just that's pretty much it. You much rather stay in your delusional freaking little fantasy world, and you don't want to engage anybody who can prove you wrong. And we have proven you wrong. You don't get the basics right. I proved that in my video. My video where I replicated your results with the kids' toy telescope. I explained what I had to do to get those observations, and I explained how it's wrong and why I had to kind of manipulate and hold my camera at really weird, funky angles to get those point sources of light to look that way. And I did actually explain this. You, unfortunately, just can't seem to really let go of your little delusional fantasy world and simply deny all the information and just refuse to listen. So I could show it to you again, but you just could deny it. I said I could live stream it and show you exactly what I'm doing, and see if I can find an old phone I have, and I could actually show you what I'm doing and maybe show you the images. But that won't convince you because you're just not willing to engage honestly, and you don't want the truth. Plain and simple.
We've got me, Sam, other parts of truthers who deny that what they're doing. I don't know why they're doing that, because they don't accept the truth. They've got mental disabilities. I don't know what it is. We've also got globies actually recording the stars too, and they seem to be the same. I don't know, man. Curious UK Debunk, he used his kid's telescope to prove that the stars are close and that they have that cone shape to them.
That's hilarious, Mikey. So once again, you admit that telescopes actually do show the stars. You keep denying, Sam, keep denying and claiming that telescopes will never show the shape of the stars. They're fake, they have microchips, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, you have now admitted for the 4th or 5th time, and Sam has, that I, with a telescope, a cheap children's toy telescope, replicated your stars. So which is it? Do telescopes, are they legitimate observation tools to observe the stars, or are they not? Because you guys keep contradicting yourselves. Now, it's kind of funny you said that, because I explained in my video very clearly that what I had to do, that I had to hold the phone off the side. I actually had to tilt it away so it wasn't flush against the eyepiece, and I had to manipulate a bit and manipulate the focus to put it out of focus, and the telescope wasn't in focus either. It was actually out, and I had to actually move the eye. If you look, I had to hold the phone. I actually had to tilt it away so the light wasn't going directly in the sensor, but actually hitting at an angle, at a slight angle off, and I actually had to tilt it so it was pointing towards the side of the lens, and it moved the star just to get that. Now, you want to see something funny? I'm going to show you something here. Here's something here. Okay, so this is Mikey's, first Sam's and Mikey's observations, right? Right, so that's what Mikey and Sam both claim, that this is actually Mikey's observation, but Sam does very similar ones, and they both claim that this is what they're doing, right? I did a short on this, which I actually replicated again, but I didn't use a telescope. I used just a mobile phone camera. Now, fair enough, here's a little clip where I used a mobile phone and replicated the stars again. Have a little watch of this. Observations. Now let me see. How about this observation? What do we think of this? Looks very much like their stars, but what do we see? So to make it look the same, but if we zoom out a bit, what do we see? You can see kind of what I'm talking about here. Those are not stars. Those are street lights. Right. So now here's a screenshot from that. And if you look at those lights, which are not stars, I still got the very same observation. That's because I'm using a very, very small sensor camera, zoomed in a lot, like what Mikey admittedly says he does. He puts his puts his phone into the phone holder onto his binoculars, and then he uses the optical zoom on his camera, on his phone, right? And then, so, because he's only got 20 times magnification, he's got like 20 by 80s, right? So, 20 times magnification is going to show you quite a wide field of view, right? So he wants to go into 1 star, as he claims. So he used the digital zoom on his camera, on his phone. Well, now he's starting to introduce more digital noise, more aberration and shit like that, and it just goes messy real quick. So he's never proven the firmament. What he's proven is he doesn't understand how his camera operates. He doesn't understand how optics operates. He's getting a lot of digital noise. He's getting actually light bleed onto some of the other pixels on his camera. And so that's where you get that fringing and stuff like that. It's crap. And he is getting this chromatic aberration. I proved this on a short the other day I did, in which I actually showed an example of admitted chromatic aberration of a star, and Mikey and Sam's observations fit that to the T. So yeah, Mikey, you keep talking about me, keep claiming I proved stuff. I didn't prove that their stars are close. I didn't prove that you're right. I actually disproved everything you guys are doing, because I showed I could replicate it and then explained why it's such poor garbage technique and why you're using subpar optics, because I was using a very cheap freaking telescope, and so your $2,500 binoculars aren't going to help you much. They're not going to help you, right? All they're going to do is that you're going to manipulate the images to get them what you want, and you're going to claim, oh, it's even better, these are $2,500 binoculars. Doesn't fucking matter. I used $20 freaking telescope, and I was able to replicate yours and Sam's freaking observations. So your binoculars aren't going to help you at all. They're not going to show you anything different. They're not going to show you anything new. You wasted $2,000 on stupid shit. You wasted $2,000 of taxpayers' money on stupid, pointless shit. And I'll just keep debunking it over and over. But yeah, I didn't prove that your stars are close. That's bullshit. All I did is disprove that you actually know, that you know what you're doing. And I proved that you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. That's what I proved. That's all our video was about. And it actually did the job pretty well.
So, whatever. Keep trying to deny him the pictures. Do it yourself, and you'll see what the stars actually are. So yeah.
The problem with Mikey is the fact is that we have actually shown exactly what the stars are. I've gone out with my astrophotography equipment and taken videos and pictures of the planets and the stars and shown exactly what they look like. And that's been collaborated by thousands, if not millions, of astrophotographers and amateur astronomers and professional astronomers that all get the exact same images that I'm getting, which then is independent verification that what I'm getting is factually true. So yeah, we do it all the time. Astronomy Live does it. Reg Redrick's done it. Many people have gotten these observations, and I'll show what the planets and stars look like. And unfortunately for Mikey, he look absolutely nothing like the bullshit he's getting.
See, that's a problem. You see, when you state that there are no pictures, no photos of Earth from space, there are 0. That's a problem for you. Space is literally a cartoon. It is computer generated, okay? I don't know why you think that's so real, but
that's completely wrong, Mikey. We've shown you pictures of the Earth from space many times. Artemis 1, Artemis 2, all the Apollo missions, all the Mercury Redstone missions, all the Gemini missions, all the observations from the ISS, all the observations from different Dragon capsules. We have Fram 2. We got Polar Dawn, I think it was, in which they went out to like the furthest out to do a spacewalk. Yeah, there's many pictures. There's obviously stuff from even the 1950s. Before that, I think the Russians showed on the curvature of the Earth, spherical Earth. We have amateur rockets and amateur balloons have gone up and showed the Earth is a globe and showing the curvature of the Earth. This has all been verified, and it all works, and it's all been done. So there's countless observations, measurements, and everything showing that Earth is definitely a globe. I have yet, after about 5 or 6 years doing flat Earth content, I've yet to see one empirical evidence that the Earth's flat. Any measurements, anything that actually is exclusive to the flat Earth, or that even shows any evidence that the Earth is flat. And so far I've seen nothing, absolutely nothing. Or the most flat earthers ever have is globe denial. And all the bullshit that Mikey puts out is globe denial. Now, like I said, one thing I can show you is like something like from the Apollo missions. I'll put a picture right here. That is a high, high density, highly accurate scan of the actual film that picture is taken on. And there's several different pictures. You can see it's off-center, this and that. It's like this, because they're obviously using a Hasselblad camera, but it's on Kodak film. This is a scan straight from that film. It's on a mission called on a website called March to the Moon, which was done by the University of Arizona. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. You can get the uncompressed, high definition scans of every single one of these. And yeah, they all verify it.
I didn't computer generate anything. I'm just showing you what actual stars look like. I don't know. Like,
that's not entirely true, Mikey. No, is it? You use CapCut. You also use a newer Samsung phone, even being the S20 FE, whatever. That uses AI and uses generation, like CGI and stuff like that. It actually uses processing and stuff. So technically, anything you have on your phone is, in a way, computer generated. And especially when you start manipulating it and changing it and making it look the way you want it to look in CapCut, you've manipulated the photos. And that's, even now you've used more CGI and more computer programming to change those pictures and make them into what you want. So yeah, you probably change your pictures more than I do, actually, which is funny, because all I do processing, but all I do is I just try to enhance what's there. I'm not trying to make it look like anything in particular, other than the fact I'm just trying to just make what's there. You can see, I've shown the raw photos of videos of it, and you can see what I see. All I've done is just kind of stacked it and sharpened it up. That's all I've done. You can see it's there. So, and that's what most astrophotographers do, unless you do something like they call it mineral moon, in which you go in and you kind of enhance more, but you bring out colors that you wouldn't really actually see. But everybody admits that's more of a artistic thing than really seeing that's accurately what you see of the moon. It's just something you can't bring out. It's not, we don't paste and put color into it. We just simply kind of enhance things unnaturally.
and we've recorded like 30 stars now, maybe more. You're done. You're done. We've recorded the firmament multiple times. You're done. Don't even try.
No, Mikey, you have not videotaped your magical dome, salad bowl over your pizza planet. All you're seeing is a bunch of digital noise, dirty optics probably, and some chromatic aberration, and it's just generally just poorly done for observations. That's all you're doing. You're not seeing that. You haven't done 30 stars, or the heck you're saying, because you're claiming that a bunch of the ones that are planets like Jupiter and Venus and stuff are stars, and they're not. I have observations empirically proving that's what they are, and yeah, so we're not done. You're done. Everybody knows you're a joke. All the observations we know are just a load of just delusional freaking crap that you keep pumping out thinking that you're doing something special. You're really not. You're just embarrassing yourself. And yeah, that's it. So you keep deluding yourself. Keep telling yourself that you think you're feeling special. I think you're doing something great. Yeah, you're really not. All you're doing is embarrassing yourself. And most of the people who watch your streams are just there to laugh at you anyways. So have fun.
Like, you're hilarious. And if we went to court, we'd be done in 5 minutes, because you wouldn't be able to provide proof of any damn globe. Nothing. Zero. Goose egg. Nil. Niet. Nothing.
Gee, haven't I heard Mikey sing this tune before? Wasn't it about this time last year he was shouting on how the Canadian Space Agency is going to lose? They can't prove space is real. All his evidence. She's gonna walk in with like containers full of evidence, and they're going to have nothing, and they're going to have to prove all their stuff, and they can't. How'd that go, Mikey? Exactly how'd that go? You said you walk in 5 minutes, you couldn't prove anything. How'd that go for you? So I remind you that you never went to court, that your entire case was thrown out from lack of evidence on your part, not the CSA's part, and yeah, it never actually went there because the court just looked at it. Yeah, this is a little bullshit, and freaking kicked it out, and that was it. And you got fined $700. But hey, you think you're not confident? Go on, buddy. Try it again. See what happens. I already know what the results are going to be. It's going to be hilarious for me and everybody else, and you're just going to be crying even more.
We would go to court. Okay, this is the deal. The first thing I'm going to ask for are some real photos of Earth from space.
You mean like that one? Or how about that one? Or that one? Or that one? Or how about that one? Keep going. There, Mikey, if you're going to make any claims that those are fake CGI and not real, you need to show evidence to counter that. You need to show how they're fake, and you're going to prove it. And I know you can't. No earther, flat earther ever has or ever will. Can't be done because they're all real photos. Some are on physical film. Some were done with high-end DSLR cameras this year. That last one particularly. So yeah, and some are done in video and everything, live streamed. So if you're going to claim they're fake, bring the evidence, boy.
And the opposing bullshitters are going to have to provide something. I don't know where they're going to go with that, but we're going to have some digital analyzers, analysts, whatever you want to call them. We're going to have those come into the court and show us if those are actually real photos.
Oh, Mikey, that would be awesome. Well, please do that. Yes. Now, while we're doing that, because obviously it's gotta be fair, because court, both sides. Can we get these digital photographic experts, these experts in photography, to look at your photos and see what they say? I would love to have that, because obviously, if you're gonna have them looking at the all the Earth photos that are on physical film, and I've been proven empirically, and you can show the metadata and exactly which picture cameras are used, videos, the person who took it. You can show the breakdown of the metadata. Let's see, everything behind it. What lens is used, where it was, the tracking. Yeah, we got all the stuff that can say exactly how and where it's done. But obviously, your firmament pictures, all your star pictures, yeah, they'd have to be analyzed by the experts as well. That's not gonna go so well for you, buddy. That's gonna go really, really badly for you. I'd have no problem. I'd take you to court right now. If you want to take me into court, go on then. I'll show all the NASA, ESA, JX, all their pictures, all their data. Not a problem. I'll get experts in, get photographic experts, have them look at it. They can look at all the March to the Moon photos. I'd have them looked at all day, because I know they're going to say, yeah, these are 100% real, proven. Yeah, we have all the data, all the tracking. We have everything to show, yeah, these are real pictures. Oh, but your pictures, oh, Mikey, oh, your pictures. Oh, that's going to go really badly for you. And you might kill the freaking expert from them laughing so hard. That's pretty good. And your claims, so yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
And again, you're not going to be able to do that. So then the judge is going to this is kind of interesting. So we're going to move on to something else, like showing a demonstration on how you can get water to bend inside of a container. Right?
Oh, Mikey. So I guess you haven't learned anything from when you tried to sue the CSA and couldn't provide any evidence, and the whole case got thrown out. Also, courts don't judge on what scientific facts and evidence. That's done through empirical review, done through the scientific community, through the experts. Also, if this did go to court, Mikey, you would have to be the one to present the evidence to show how the narrative and what is established already is fake. So it'd be you making a positive claim against what's already been established, the scientific mainstream and everything. You'd be the one that'd have to actually show something that's empirically proven that that can counter with the narrative and what has already been factually true, right? So that's the thing. Flat Earth, it's not up to the globe to prove that the globe is real. The globe's already been proven. It's been proven for 2,500 years. It's up to flerfs to actually show empirical evidence that falsifies the globe and validates the flat Earth. And so far, not a single flat earther has been able to do that. I know you like to bring up the one, the flat Earth has won twice in court and blah, blah, blah. But guess what, Mikey? Flat Earth has lost also in court too. And you're the one who lost. So, yeah, I wouldn't bring that up. And also, that case wasn't about the shape of the Earth at all. It wasn't about scientific evidence. It was simply down to the fact of a competition, as if the rules had been met. And unfortunately, the fellow who made the rules had made them in a way that very, very specific, that nobody could actually do it, because he had to use a specific formula that was incorrect for what they're trying to measure and prove. So yeah, Flat Earth didn't win. This is simply a technicality in a competition, and the guy won who didn't have to pay it out because he had put in the rules the technicality as a loophole to get himself out of it. So just my last point here. So that was pretty much everything that was kind of interesting on that live stream. The one thing I did want to bring up though is the very beginning of that. Mikey pretty much doxed himself. Now he's going on about how Assiniboia is horrible to him, people were horrible to him, kids are doing stuff to his car, which they were, or you know, I'm pretty sure they were, and that's all terrible. People shouldn't be doing property destruction and shit like that. But saying that, Mikey, I don't know if you watch my videos. I hope you do. Now I know you took this down, but it's out there. People have already recorded it and seen it and everything else. Dude, stop filming from when you leave your house, okay? Because I can bring up two things here, buddy. One, Top Shelf Grocers. Two, Mossbank Bar and Grill. They're in your live stream. You mentioned the town you're in, Mossbank. You mentioned how far it was. I didn't even have to know that at first. Because you said how far it was to Assiniboia, all I had to do is look up to see where Assiniboia was. He says about 20 minutes. What's the closest thing? And then I had to look up Top Shelf Grocers. And then in the back, you know, are you driving past, out your window there? That was pretty easy to see. I could see, you know, you make a right, a left. There's some pickup trucks there that show up in your thing that are still on Google Maps. Dude, I'm 6,000 miles away. It took me 5 minutes from the first 2 minutes of your video to pretty much see exactly where you pull your car out. You need to stop that. I know you took this down. Stop filming when you leave your house. Get out of Mossbank. And I'm not doxing you. You already put this out yourself. You already mentioned where you live. You already put this in your video. I am not an expert, but it took me all 5 minutes. And if I can do it from a different continent, then other people can do it easily that live in Saskatchewan. And maybe some people live in Assiniboia, because they probably are a lot more familiar with the area than I am. And it's only about a 20-minute drive for them. Dude, stop it now, right? It wasn't hard. If I can do it that easily, other people can do it just as easily. So yeah. From now on, stop filming near your house. Stop driving where it's so easy to notice, because Mossbank looks like a very small town. And yeah, there's not many Top Shelf Grocers there. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't follow me for more videos. Comment down below. And people, Earth safe the globe. Space is real, but don't forget, stay curious. Thanks for watching.
Where's the baby food?